I stand firmly in the fact that I'm one of the best to ever do this. For the culture, for my coast, and for my city. This is the Best Rapper in LA podcast. And I'm your host, Murs. What up, though? Brilla 92, the truce of 9 Deuce. Lots going on, man. Last week's episode was a little late. Took me a while to approve it because so much going on with the album, the video, and RhymeFest, and whew, it was a lot.
Cause I can't let this go stop. H-U-S-T-L-E. Never find a dime that ain't mine, motherfucker. Won't be broken, have to stroll like a sucker. Pay me what you owe me and don't play with me, homie. I'm a H-U-S-T-L-E. Never find a dime that ain't mine, motherfucker. Won't be broken, have to stroll like a sucker. Pay me what you owe me and don't play with me, homie. I used to sell incense, bought them 10 cents a dozen, hit the strip, make a flip for $1 a set. Every day before junior high, I bought a 6-pack. This soda for $1 a piece down by the track. I never sold crack, I did aluminum cans. Used to get laughed at by you and your mans, but I never let it get me. Stayed true to my plans. Used it all for the studio, now you understand.
Yeah, RhymeFest. So much I could say about RhymeFest, but I'm gonna be real brief. I was supposed to, they put my name at the top of the flyer, and then Ray and Ghost got on, and I was like, great, you have a headliner. Can I go on a little earlier? Because it's me and my wife's anniversary the next day, and maybe she'll want to do something. So I want to get out early and get home. So maybe we can go to a hotel and take the family on something. And then he agreed, the promoter, I was supposed to go right on before Ray and Ghost.
Yo, what up? What's the deal? The chef is in the building. You already know RhymeFest, man. It's an honor, man. Shout out the whole West Coast, you know what I'm saying?
Cash moves everything around me, quick in the Let's go!
Yo, what's good? It's Tony Starks. We out here at RhymeFest. You know what I mean? About to put that work in, me and my brother Raekwon and Cabadonna.
First, he was like, nah. Then he let me go on about 6:30.
Fly like Delta, fly like Continental. Know to take flight with a fly instrumental. Fly super fly, I leap over skyscrapers, right? Fly rhymes on sheets of fly paper. Peter Pan fly, you never see the man fly. Think happy thoughts while you just fly, stand by. I flew all around the world. You can't be a fly girl without a fly girl. All the ladies make some noise.
I didn't want to be up all night, man. My evenings decompressing with my partner are very precious to me, even on show. If I can get in and out of a show and still be home to like watch a little TV or just talk to my wife without kids in the background, that's what I'm going for.
You got family, you know what it is. All I need is 4 walls and my wife.
Festival stuff, making fun for large amounts of people gets very complicated. I have a lot of experience in that. But we were able to get the money to the Immigrant Defense Center.
Being on stage is not my favorite thing, but what I hate more than being on stage is seeing families ripped apart and seeing human beings being denied their fucking human rights. And so this is what I would have got paid, but I think the money will go to better use with the Immigrant Defenders Law Center.
Let's go! And I saw the Mexican flag out there in the crowd. Somebody had it up.
Yes, you want to say something?
There you go.
Human rights, and we are not backing down.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you, Murs. This money is going directly to helping our fellow Angelinos who've been targeted by ICE to help them get out of detention. And this is just one example of how LA is stepping up for its community to help each other out. So fuck ICE from the towers in Watts to the hills of Altadena.
Let's do it, come on.
Thank you guys for your support. If you couldn't give, I gave for you, so we're in this together, and let's fight till everything is right. Peace, y'all.
I introduced a new character, Dreadpool. That was me in my Deadpool costume. Still can't find a mask that fits. It's what I was supposed to wear to Comic-Con, but now I think it's just going to be something I pull out randomly, so hopefully you can get some pictures with Dreadpool at upcoming events and shows. I am not stopping doing shows. I'm just not going in the booth writing and recording and releasing music anymore. That's it. Not freestyling on Twitch. Not freestyling with Supernatural when I see him. Not enjoying rap. But the actual business of music is mostly what I'm stepping away from. And maybe I'm finding the words to articulate it as I try to find a way to explain it to people. The business of music is what I'm stepping away from.
Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady.
We talked about going to Camp Cass. On my way to go to Camp Cass, which is in the beginning of Northern California. I always say the Bay is not Northern California. It's Upper Central California because there's like 6 to 8 hours of California north of there with redwoods. So Camp Cass and Santa Rosa and like that area is the beginning of it. Guerneville, if you want to be specific. The drive from LA to Guerneville or to where Camp Cazador is, I think it's how it's called, is roughly 8 hours. When you have a toddler that doesn't like to sit in the seat for more than 90 minutes and a mother who cannot tolerate that child screaming, like I can tune out a child screaming as long as I know they're not in danger and just let them work it out. It's not the way to do it, apparently. But the mother, the milk starts leaking and all the other stuff when the baby starts crying. So he's still a nursing baby. He's a toddler. We can't be in the car for more than 90 minutes. So there's a nice old Western town in between Los Angeles and the Bay that you can stop at near Coalinga or something. I think it's called Boomtown or something. Bravo Land. It looks like an old Western town. It was built in 2014 because I was like, I've never seen this in my years of going up and down from the Bay. And it's because it's new, but it's built to look like it's old. And it's like a little old Western town in the back. So if you have a family and you're traveling up north and you need to make a stop, get your gas, and then you can let the kids stretch their legs for 30 minutes. If you eat barbecue, there's shit like that. There's a shooting gallery inside with all the like Country Bear Jamboree, Disney animatronic things, and taffy, ice cream. It's a great tourist trap. You stop there, then we're only going to where the Anderson P shit is. I forget the name of the area. But there's another area a little, like an hour north of there. Because, you know, like he could drive 90 minutes, drive another 90 minutes. We got it. We're done for the day. And I'm flying in from a week of Chicago. And before that, more shit. So I'm tired. I'm like zonked. We get to this inn. The hotel is really nice. I wish I could remember the name of it. Central California. It's where the Anderson P Soup restaurant is on the right side. It's in Santanella. And then on the other side, you're actually in another city, but it's, you know, whatever. There's In and Out, and then there's this really nice Mission. It's a Mission de Oro. That's what it is. Mission of Gold. Mission de Oro. If you're driving up, it's a really nice hotel. Good restaurant, nice amenities. Great. We stopped there for the night. It's late. We're vegans. Not a lot of vegan options once you get out of the city. So I'm like, we'll go to Taco Bell.
Think outside the bun.
The kids love Taco Bell. They don't get fast food often, so they're stoked. Taco Bell's right outside the hotel. I'm thinking we're in the middle of nowhere. There's only one Taco Bell. Guess what happens? I pick the Taco Bell. It's technically in the same city, but it's 20 minutes away. So I had to get back on the highway because I order on the app because I want to get back to the kids, help my wife get them to, you know, out of the bath and the shower because it's a thing in the hotel. We have 4 kids, so like in 2 separate hotel rooms. It's a battle. So I want to get back, but also hungry kids that have been in the car all day expecting Taco Bell. That shouldn't go on too long. I can't eat it really because the way my acid reflux and old age have got up to me. So I got to get some Panda Express. So that's another stop, but they're all in the same parking lot. I pre-order for shits and giggles. So I don't, cause it's a huge parking lot at this hotel. It's a resort thing and they built a Tesla charging station. I don't want to, like, let me just map it. I'm old and relying on technology. Good thing I put it in because that's when I found out I had ordered from the Taco Bell 20 minutes away in Central California. So, fuck it. I get on the road. Just so happens that this is also the highway that leads to Fresno, where Aesop lives, my brother.
Knowledge out of mouths where we make the people bounce for the music gets around. Yes, sure, we moving at the speed of life. Illuminate the path that we moving on. Accumulate knowledge out of mouths where we make the people bounce for the music gets around. You leave. you tried, you laughed, you cried, you did, you lied, you live, you die, you will, you won't, you feel, you don't, you heal, and you crack, and I promise still I got your back. You leave, you tried, you laughed, and you cried, you did, and you lied, and you live, and you die, you will, and you won't, you feel, and you don't, you heal, and you crack, and I promise still I got your back. You leave, and you tried, you laughed, and you cried, you did, and you lied, you live, and you die, you will, you won't, you feel, and you don't, you heal, and you crack, I promise still I got your back. You leave, and you tried, and you laughed, and you cried, and you did, and you lied, and you live, and you die, you will, and you won't, you feel, and you don't, you heal, and you crack, I promise still I got your back. Like that.
Whew, didn't think I was going to do this. Okay, so I'm driving towards Fresno. Very rarely do I get to talk to human beings on the phone. When you have kids, it's like I do. As soon as I called Gifted Gab, I'm booking her for an event just yesterday. And my kids are on the bike ride. Anytime I'm, I usually do like, natural dad, not on the phone, just watching everybody ride their bikes. The 2-year-old's behind, the 12-year-old's in front, the 6 and 7-year-old are in the middle, and, we're riding around. But it definitely has to be monitored. But I've done it enough without the phone that now I'm like, okay, everybody's in a place now where I can kind of do a business call. I've been meaning to book Gab. It's on me. We have a personal relationship. I don't want this, this invitation to come from not personal space. I also just saw Freaky Tales, which she wrote and kind of directed the rappers in. If you haven't seen Freaky Tales, it's phenomenal. It's on HBO Max. I love it.
But this is the tale as I know it to be.
Wasn't every day a story like this hit the town.
There's too many of them.
That's bullshit. We fight.
But for those who lived through it, it became the stuff of legends.
It's like a Quentin Tarantino film, but better because apparently, he's not a good guy. So, and it just has a more urban feel. The urban feel that Tarantino tries for sometimes, but doesn't achieve because he's not from the urban environment. And I'm saying urban not as code for black. I don't know if the directors are black, but they definitely have a better feel for urban because in this film, urban means punk. Urban also means hip hop. Urban also means Latino. So this is a Bay Area urban film based in the mid to late 80s. Great. I love it. If you don't agree, sorry. Anyway, I can't talk on the phone. I call Gab and immediately my 2-year-old is like, he's on his bike. We're halfway around the block. I want my scooter and he wants to go back the opposite way. Not that halfway point where it's a little longer to go back than it is forward. He wants to go all the way back around the block to get his blue scooter. I say, no, we got to go this way. And then the screaming starts and blah, blah, blah. But mostly he looked back and he saw that I was on, or I had on speakerphone. So I don't have to have it to my ear and I can still kind of have more of a free hand. I could drop the phone, grab a kid if I need to. It's not at my ear, whatever. Makes sense as a dad. He's screaming up a storm. Gab is so patient and understanding. You got kids. We talking. You're my boy. Anyway, it was really challenging. So now when I'm in the car back to Fres, going towards the Taco Bell, I'm in the car. Perfect time to make a call. But I'm like, also perfect time to listen to a podcast. Like you guys listen to this. I don't get to listen to podcasts. I met the 6, 7, 2, and 12-year-old. They don't want to hear podcasts. We have Kid News podcast, which I've shouted out on the show. If you don't do it, it's on Spotify, Kid News. It's amazing. I can listen to the Kid News podcast. And then right after that, it usually goes into the Brother Ali podcast. We get into Bismillah, and he starts, saying whatever he's saying in Arabic. It's beautiful. And I love that my kids get to hear Arabic, just because I like them hearing different things. And he just says it's beautiful. I don't know if it's a prayer or intro, whatever he's saying is amazing and beautiful. And I get maybe 3 minutes into the Brother Ali podcast before someone yells for me to turn it off. Instagram just recommended me this new. I'm really into like the WNBA and NWSL, like supporting women's sports, but not just. Yeah, so many reasons. But WNBA fan. You can look at old Murs promos from the Def Jux era, had a New York Liberty Rebecca Lobo jersey. Still like the only man I know to be wearing a WNBA jersey in a rap video, definitely 20 years ago, for sure. So I've been a fan that long. There's a podcast where two women from the, I say girls because I'm old. The football players are boys now. The little girls and the boys on the team. I'm at that age. But the ladies were talking about WNBA All-Star Weekend, and they had a funny skit on X, which I don't think I could ever go on again. It's such a fucking heck hole now. But I saw on X they had something funny about someone threw a dildo, and I was like, oh, great. Like, I would love to hear a woman's perspective and a female player's perspective on this shit. Cause like, did it come from a woman? Is it funny? Like like those are one of those things like super inappropriate. Was it some dick ass chauvinist, misogynist piece of shit? Or was it like a girl from another team mad at an ex-girl? Like somebody trying to embarrass somebody? Like who knew? I was like, I got to figure this out. Cause there's a fucking green dildo on the floor in an WNBA game. What is this, a hate crime or is it jocks being jocks? Whether they're male or female, jocks are jocks to me. So is it jocks being jocks, and they had some funny takes on it on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. Let me listen to this podcast. Podcast is funny. The ladies are funny as shit. But one of them sounds like a girl. This strange, very unique voice that sounds like a girl Aesop used to date. And I hadn't thought of this girl in years.
All right, y'all, this is not a WNBA podcast, but y'all insist on trying to make it one. Like this was an eventful Tuesday night, and it wasn't just because of the basketball. Like, what is this? If it's not kicks, it's dicks.
Coming to you live from Unsupervised, we have breaking news. The WNBA is making headlines for something completely out of the green. For balls that we're not used to seeing on WNBA courts. Sid?
I'm fed up, to be honest. Those were solid jokes that you just made. Love those.
So I chose this podcast as I'm turning on this highway that leads directly from the West Coast into Central Valley where Fresno is. So I'm seeing signs for Fresno. And it's like a magical moment. I could shit you not. Like, I chose the wrong Taco Bell. I chose this podcast. I'm driving towards Fresno. This girl's voice reminds me, or lady's voice reminds me of someone Sop used to date. I'm headed to where Aesop lives. I'm like, let me call Sop. Me and Sop have been talking pretty regularly because he's the one. He's also the one person I try to call when I get quiet. Just I knew he was going through some things, and I wanted to be there. He's my brother, but not in a corny way where like, okay, you good one time. Like, I'm gonna check in on you every week or every time I get a chance, just to. And like we had also found a lot of similarities, which we'll talk about later in our lives. I call him, and he's like, "Nigga, you driving through what? Be careful." As soon as he says that, there's a fucking speed trap. He's like, man, this is the artery between Fresno and motherfuckers are trying to go to LA or the Bay and move weight or whatever. They are out to get you on this one. So I'm in an all black minivan by myself with no kids in the middle of the night. Could look like something that it's not. So I call him and we start talking and he's like, man, I'm sick. I'm not feeling good. So thank you. Like, this is funny. He's like, it does sound like I remember this. We start, reminiscing, and then, what are you watching now? Then he's really been into anime like me, like, but more so deeper, but like, we'll get into that, but he's super in this. So I'm talking to my 5-year-old's turned 6. He wants to have a Demon Slayer birthday party. What do you think? And, we start talking about that, and then he pulls the podcast up on YouTube, and then it's like listening to it. He's like, yeah, this is it, blah, blah. But for whatever reason, this is a time like for once, Aesop, anyone that's a rapper, but we're very verbose when we talk. And me and with kids, I'm usually the one that has to get off the phone. Like, hey, I gotta go, even though because we'll always be in the middle of something. There's no lull in the conversation. It's just action packed because that's just the way we are. Most artists, but definitely me and Sop, and definitely Sop. But he rushed me off the phone, and I was like, all right, he must really be feeling bad. And if you don't know, so that was Sunday. The next Sunday or the next Monday morning, I get the call or the text at like 5 a.m. that he's passed away. And thanks to Slug, who was the first man I remember, not related to me, and my age to tell me that he loved me. And so since he did that to me, and I thought it was gay as fuck. And as we're talking about Animal Style, we can talk about all this shit. But it hit me. And I was like, yeah, I love you too. And I was like, I'm going to say this to everybody. And I don't know why more young black men don't say it. Like Sean, to my knowledge, wasn't losing homies the way I was losing homies in the late 90s, early 2000s. And we don't say it. Imagine being down to kill somebody in the name of your homeboys, but that's the ultimate like a sign of love. And y'all motherfuckers don't tell each other you say you love each other. That's my N-word. Like, but nah, I love you, bro. Like, to me, if anyone should be saying it should be gangbangers and soldiers. Like, because you motherfuckers are on the front lines and could lose your life at any time and you're ready to die for each other. That's love. That's all that is. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna start saying it. So I said it to him, and I meant to, but I said to all my, I try to say to all my brothers when we talk, all my homies, and that was the last time I spoke to him. If I had to choose the last, that's why I say it. That's why I made I like live in it. Like Sean opened up this door for me where I live in. I'm very open with my love, and that's where the Flowers series came from. And I was happy that anytime I talked to Double K, I said it, and I made that song to show it to the world before he passed. And same thing with Aesop. Like, we were in a good place. So if I had to, you don't know it's the last time you speak to him, but for me, there was no, damn, that was the last time I spoke to him. I wish I would have known. I try to treat every time like that when I talk to my brothers, because you never know, unfortunately. How did I meet Aesop? Aesop's first tape was with a gentleman named Qua. Qua is someone who owns a label called Fresh Yard Records now. He also owns and operates a coffee shop / music venue called Mixed Grounds. If you're in the Oceanside or Southern California area, please support and check him out. He and Qua created an album in 95 called Demonstration. Had such hits as Coagulate. Coagulate. Y'all, coagulate.
Reminiscent of alien rituals. You never seen the spiritual side of my heart. Right now it's present. Over there's the past. And as we have the future, the ball of crystal will shoot you the info for the mental pistol. Whistle if you're in trouble. The world is a bubble that ain't ready to bust, but trust that it will. Still, you feel the universe as a whole. Pulling our time in our pockets through our sockets, perceive the belief of the end. For you, not for me. Of course, my force is one of none to be seen again. Friend or foe, we flow in the coagulations. No station identifications, have patience. We all wait. Coagulate. Yo, coagulate like blood on time bomb that with blood. Coagulate. Yo, coagulate like blood on time bomb that with blood. Coagulate. Yo, coagulate like blood on time bomb that with blood.
That was Aesop's hit song from that album. I say hit because I loved it. I loved it when he performed it. I didn't know Aesop, but his name was ringing in the streets of the Bay. One night at a show that I wasn't at, he tried to sell a tape to Grouch, and Grouch wanted to support because we're all comrades and this shit, we don't know each other. Tried to sell a tape for Grouch for $25. We were selling tapes for $5. That was a going price. To me, established by the OGs of the scene or the leaders of the pack, which were the Mystic Journeymen at the time, you don't sell more. If Mystic Journeymen selling tapes for $5, motherfucker, your tape better be $5 or less. They were the kings. All respect to Too Short, Freddie B, and Hobo Junction, and everybody, but to me, they were the ones the most outside and establishing this brand. They were pushing the brand forward the most, in my opinion. With the tours and whatnot. No, like I said, no disrespect to anybody. It's just my opinion. I'm biased as fuck. Because this is Living Legends, motherfucker. But yeah, he tried to sell a Grouch tape for $25. I'm from LA. I'm ultra protective of my homies because I couldn't say at the time, but I love them. Grouch's mother was allowing us to stay in the basement of her home. Okay. I am sleeping under a roof and sharing a bathroom with his 3 younger siblings, one of them his sister. I will beat the shit out of you, bro. Don't disrespect my homie. Like, don't. And for those on the, insider talk, like, don't try to white boy my homie because he's white. Don't do that. He's not some rich white kid. Like, this motherfucker delivers pizza and paints soccer fields, bro. His mother is supporting 4 children on her own. I know what that's like because I support 4 children on my own financially, but thank God my wife handles the other half of it, the non-financial part. She is raising, rearing, and supporting 4 children. You try to take $25 from my man who delivered pizzas, then drove his ass to the club to promote his burgeoning rap career? One of the few white rappers in the Bay who, when he performed, got quarters and nickels thrown at him because he was white. Let me tell you something, motherfucker. I'll beat your ass, cuz. That's what I was on. Now I'm talking wrong. I was 17, 18 years old. I said, I'm gonna beat the shit out this motherfucker. When I see him, I'm pressing him. I saw him. First thing out of my mouth, hey, cuz, you trying to sell my nigga a tape for $25? Like, I was on his head. I was I was on him. I was just like, I was talking shit. I was like, wait till I see this motherfucker type shit. It's all I could think about for weeks or until I ran into him. This man has no idea. I'm shitting on Aesop every chance I get. I press him. And he just did nigga, you really mad, huh? Cuz, where you from? Why you say cuz? I'm from Fresno. We got Crips and Bloods. Like, immediately just disarmed it with comedy and like, man, I didn't know that was the Grouch, man. I love that motherfucking music. I wouldn't have done it. I thought he was just some rich white boy. Blah, 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 blah. Put his arm around me and like we're best friends. And we became best friends. I don't know how this happened. I wish we were able to. There's definitely a series of this I want to do with everybody I've told stories about and just have them talk their version, because there's always 2 sides to every story. Especially at our age, there's what's happened and then what we think happened, what I think happened, what they think happened, and what really happened. And we'll never know that because we're so far removed. But when I tell you this became my brother, like one of my best friends I've ever had, it started right that moment. Like, he just like, oh, I like, you're like, oh, man, nigga, you really mad, huh? Oh, nigga, how, like, he acknowledged. And that's the thing, is just like, it's hurt, it's pain, it's insecurity. That's all I was projecting. That's all I was projecting as I'm older, and I can see that. And he just like disarmed it with, oh shit, like, I really upset you. I'm so sorry, without saying it, but that was his energy. Nigga, it's not that serious. Chill out. Where you from? What you doing? What's going on? Like, because it wasn't that serious, but I was just, we've talked about, if you know this and you know me now, like that, I was just, yeah, I was a lot of things, and I'm still a work in progress. Oh, the whole point of me telling the RhymeFest stories, just like Deadpool. And on that stage, I said multiple times that I'm the best rapper in LA. I'm everywhere. And in LA, I must say I'm the best rapper in LA. I didn't introduce myself like that in every fucking room I'm in. And most of the time it's joking. It's not, whatever. It's up for debate. I just say it because that's how I feel. That's Murs rules the world. That's when I used to stand in the lobby of Maritime Hall with Aesop, and we would go, everybody guess what? And 1,000 people get real quiet, and we go, living legends, and then start selling tapes. Yeah, I'm not going to be ashamed about what I've spent decades working on, and not the best lyrically, not the best, like, I feel like I've done more for this scene, for the culture. Like I said, broke bread with more rappers than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the city, like, I'm standing up and I'm donating, and I'm gonna try to be him in the most humble way possible. And that means doing the hard work and making the sacrifices and trying to uplift us all. And for that reason, I'm going to say, because there's still a little bit of ego in this, and it's fun. But I just want that, that's the whole point. The name of the broadcast is the best rapper in LA. And yes, in front of the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, where in 1992, I saw Mandela, where in 2021, I saw Drake and Kanye at the Free Larry Hoover concert. Very important moments in hip hop. This was my time to say it in front of the LA Coliseum, that I am the best rapper in LA. And, and I was around all day if anyone had a dispute.
How y'all doing? If no one told you today, I fucking love you. My name is Murs. I'm the best rapper in Los Angeles. Go ahead, Hydro. I love you like a rap kid loves breaks. And if you love Brother Ali more than I do, please sing along. Dirty. Come on. LA. Dirty. Dirty. You're such a dirty girl. Come on, y'all. Dirty. Dirty. You're such a dirty girl. One more time. Dirty. Dirty. You're such a now that it's hamburger stand, 20 minutes out of town. Used to go for the best veggie burgers around. It was until I met this brown.
Back to Aesop. Yeah, man. He was a street kid. He was telling you, like, yeah, like, you know, blah, blah. We started selling weed together. We both found the plug at the same time from Humboldt for us to sell weed. He was one of the few people that were like, I was exclusively dating black women at the time, and he also, you know, he wasn't exclusively, but he was open to it. So he would be my wingman, and we'd go date college co-eds, and is that what they call college girls? And he didn't mind hanging out with black girls and like hanging out with a bunch of young black dudes. Like my little mob that I was part of in Berkeley, it was just a bunch of little black kids running around. Shout out to Tariq from Fundamentals. He was white, but like, you know, Eli and Grouch weren't like, let's drink Southern Comfort on the corner, sell weed, and get it, bitches. Like, excuse my French, that's how I talked then. But like, they weren't on that. I was on that. I was like, man, like, to me, it was like from LA, like, if you do that type of stuff in LA, you have a whole element of you could die because some other motherfuckers are jealous or wondering what initials or you represent or what color you're wearing. Fuck that. The Bay was just like, yeah, we're out here to have fun, and then don't fuck with anybody's sister, don't fuck with anybody's money, don't fuck with anybody's girl, like, you know, cool. So like we were in the same dating thing, and we were both had an affinity for Japanese culture, and like in anime when there was like you could rent Fist of the North Star, Bow, Vampire Hunter D. Like there are very few, you know, Robotech, and you know I'm reading Robotech novels sitting on the corner waiting for the BART type shit. Like he's like, no, you in anime, and you in the Japanese cartoons, and you know I don't even know if we called it. I think we did call it anime back then. But like he was even more so like ordering shit, and he knew Gundam, and he knew shit that I didn't know. Like he was super immersed in that shit. Then we was like, oh shit, you skate, you sell weed, you skate, you're in a black girl. Like it was all these things like, yo, what the fuck? And he was a dangler. Like he just like he went from me trying to sell grout to tape for $25 to sleeping in his mom's basement with us. He just forced his way into everything. He just finessed, he finessed, dangled his way into everything. Which was good, man. Like we needed that. Like that's how we were hustlers. We were, you know, mouthpiece by hook or crook. We had to make our way into the scene, into the club, into the stores, into everything, man. He could really tell a story, bro. I remember, you know, one of the times we got like jacked up by not jacked up like physically, but like rolled on by the Berkeley PD out in front of Amoeba. Like I peeled off, ditched the weed, but then I'm that dude, like, okay, the police got Aesop, like I'm going back to be with him after I get the contraband off of my person ditched in People's Park. I'm coming back. Like he gave me the weed, like I'm boom, peeled off, boom, boom, boom. And then I could have just stayed in People's Park. But I'm like, nah, they're pressing my dude. Like we going to county together. Like it's just them's the rules. This motherfucker. We had just, I don't know how we had just done, I think our first Legends College show was Reed College in 96-ish. Somehow, while he was up there, he hooked up with someone and got a fake ID. The name on the fake ID was Aesop AB. Because, that's another thing too, like, I was 17, I wasn't sure that my warrants had cleared for various minor infractions with the law when I was a kid and never showed up to court dates. He had warrants too, so we were other people like we didn't carry ID on us, but he got an ID because he was also 21, so he was older than me, so I had to be like 18, 19. But I wasn't sure. I hadn't been back to LA. I hadn't been like gone to check to see if my record was clean, but it should have been. But I was just always worried. He was another person I knew in the crew that was worried about. No one else in the crew was worried about shit like that because they weren't street idiots or whatever the fuck we were. Street rats, street kids, hoodlums. He pulled out his fucking ID. It said Aesop AB. ABEE. ASOP. ABEE. And the fucking police went in on him. And I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to put your hands on him. And if he goes to jail, I'm going to jail. So what are we doing? But I'm also trying to, like, officer, like, you know, I can try to help finagle we're helping to fandangle. Like, we're finessing. We're like, I got to try to get my mans out of this. He doesn't have anything on him. But now they're hoping, like, that's the thing. They don't really care what you're doing. They want to know if you have priors or warrant. Have you not paid your speeding tickets, your baby mama, or are you guilty of a crime elsewhere that I can take you in for and get a collar? Well, I don't know how they get how it works. But the jacking you up part, the rolling up on you part is just the intro. Are you nervous? How can I get an excuse? Because legally they have to have probable cause. The weed or whatever you're doing for selling tapes without a fucking permit, they used to sweat us for that. Like, that's probable cause, but they don't really give a fuck. Like, that's not a citation. That's a citation. That's not a crime. I mean, not a you know, you're not going to do any time over that. They're supposed to write you a ticket for that. But if they start talking to you about an infraction you made, they can look into your past. And I'm not one of these people who know all the rights and shit. But anyway, the Aesop I.B. He said, "This can't be real, sir, son," or whatever he called him. "Yes, sir." And Aesop just flipped the script. "Are you disrespecting my religion? That's my given name." And just went off this whole rant. Like, I think he was saying he was Muslim or Hindu or something. And he just went on and like, "Oh, I don't believe you." Like, he put on a little tinge of a foreign accent and just went deep on this fool to the point where the dude's like, "I'm so sorry. All right." Or like, "I'm coming here. I'm trying to go to become a student and blah, 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 blah." He just blah, 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 went on this whole thing. He was really Aesop I.B. A-B-E-E. I don't even know if I.B. is a real last name in any Middle Eastern or Far Eastern culture, but that day it was. And he talked himself out of whatever, a citation or possible finding out whatever. I never found out what the fuck he had warrants for. Oh, man. One of the many amazing Aesop stories. He was into skating. He was with me, stopped me from, we went to FTC, stopped me from going off in there. We tried to bring in some tapes in there, see if they would sell them at FTC. They looked at us like we were pieces of shit. I'm like, "Oh, y'all motherfuckers like Hyro, y'all like hip hop, like, oh, but you only like shit that's been signed and blah, blah." I was like, all right, I was hot. There's footage of some woman tearing up the OVO store. I was ready to go nuts up in there. Aesop has kept me calm many a time because he speaks my language like my nigga. Like, it's, like, we're not going to jail in San Francisco because fuck them. But, I was hot, bro. Like, how the fuck y'all going? All right. So then we went down to EMB to skate, and then motherfuckers were vibing us, as we talked about earlier in the podcast. And I was like, what is this shit? So what? I can't, like, whatever, tail slide, kick flip out, kick flip into a 50-50, whatever out. Like, I just want a chance to, like, try to, like, go up and, like, yeah, I just want to ollie the 50-50 and pop out. That's it. Like, can I try that, please? And motherfuckers were vibing me because I was, pushing Mongo and all this other shit that I didn't understand till later, like, why they were such dicks and elitists. And I was like, motherfucker, like, I have a skateboard in my hand. I'm willing to bash your fucking brains in. Like, my anger management was all off. And he like, well, let's get out of here. And with the girl that I really had a crush on, and he was like, it's not a good look, bro. But yeah, we both bought, like, when Sheep had shoes drop and when Hookups had the anime boards, like, we were all like, we're still trying to pay rent and live, but me and him are like trying to spend money on like skateboards and skate shoes and like, yeah, sweatshirts and shit. It would have been nice if fucking FTC was nice to us. Then we went to Japan, man. That was my man. Like, he was on every mission with me to go see anime shit, to just explore, like, like, we went out and just like found like girls together, but not like girls we were like wanted to have Japanese girlfriends and like really date and like go out to like this kind of bar and this, like, we weren't just like this is Craig, one of his best verses in After Hours, like, you know what I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, it was a foreign exchange like Tang and them. Eating Mickey D's breakfast at 6 a.m. Ain't nothing fly than a Japanese sunrise. I wasn't just trying to hit it like some guys. Hash browns, hot cakes, and I clean my plate. I can't count on the bullshit that I done ate. She told me that she spoke English and I said great. Grabbed her hand out the club and I said let's go. Man, this life's so special. When the stress and the stripe try to test you, DUI and they try to arrest you. If you faded coming home from the club, God bless you.
Things could get all crazy, but you made it from the hating. I know. Girl, you all up in my mind. I just wanna see you go shining. Let's go. Let's go.
I had a party at my house tonight. Every girl that came through looked tight. All the homies had fun, there's no need to fight. So much drink and weed to keep us high as a kite. Now the sun is coming out to chase the night away. If you listen really close, you can still hear the DJ play. She was beautiful, I hung on every single word she said. Like, let's get close, there's no time to wait. My niggas ain't gotta go home, but y'all show can't stay. Good music for the grown and sexy.
And at the Flyer than a Japanese sunrise, like that was me and him out all night until the sun came up in Japan. Just like two black kids from the inner city that, I don't know if Sop's from the inner city, but I assume, so much I don't know. But like two street kids, definitely, we were definitely from East, like we flew from East Oakland, rolled out of our beds in a warehouse on East 14th and Seminary to go to the airport to fly to Tokyo, where, we're kids that sell weed and tapes for $5. We sell nickel sacks and nickel cassettes, and I'm never going to sleep, bro. This is amazing. So what? We're sleeping on the tatami mat covered floor. It's me, Eli, Sunspot, Lucky, Grouch, and Arata. 5 of us in a Japanese 1-bedroom. Our hosts were Chico and Quiet Storm, and they had 1 bedroom upstairs. I don't know if I could explain to you. We're living in Nakameguru. Like, Sop is going crazy. He's buying Gundam. Like, he's the first person. Like, this is 1990 something. Like, I never been traveled. I'm not well traveled, and this is before people were traveling. Like, you buy so much shit you can't fit in your bag. Like, that's real rich people shit. Where you go someplace and then you have to buy another bag to bring your shit home. He had so many Gundam models, robots. This motherfucker also had the BB guns that looked like real. And he bought one. This motherfucker was out in Nakameguru shooting at people's cats and shooting birds and shit. It looked like a real pistol, bro. Someone yells at him. He comes inside. Then we hear ring, 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 like a bicycle thing. A couple minutes later, ring, ring, ring. It's the police on a bicycle, an old bicycle with an old bell. He knocks on the door. Of course, we don't speak Japanese. We go down and get Quiet Storm. Like, what is he saying? And of course, like, I'm out front. We're keeping Aesop inside because we know why they're there. Once again, like, it's us. It's me and him. You know what I mean? Like, we know we live by these rules, me and him. Not everybody, I don't think, in the crew lives by these rules. That's not a slight to anybody else. We're just stupid punk street kids. If he's wrong, I got his back, especially with the police and anybody else. So we're out front, me and Quiet Storm, and they're asking, like, I said, what did he say? He wants to know if Aesop has a real gun. Because if so, I think I've told the story here, he has to go back to the precinct to check out his gun and then come back before he talks to or confronts him. And we told him, and he basically stopped doing that shit and left. One of many Aesop tales, man. Fresno was always, like, I didn't know what Fresno was or where Fresno was, but everything was, in Fresno, this is the way. In Fresno, this is the way. In Fresno, this is the way. Fresno. When I was living in Tucson, I was like, in LA. And one night, my homies looked at me and said, well, why don't you go back? I was like, yep, exactly. And I think the same thing happened with Sop, man. He couldn't not hack it in LA or thing, but he was so Fresno. Like, everything was Fresno. And when we got Rocksteady, B-Boy, whatever, 1997, I made tapes. I made a compilation tapes. It was always you know, people can say what they want, but like I could have made more of my own tapes, but we were going to New York. I wanted to have the whole crew. So I made a sampler with Aesop with two reasons. One, the foundation started because is me, him, and Eclipse 427. He had a song called Lost My Fucking Mind. I was like, I wanted to sample Seal. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I was Never Gonna Survive If I Say a Little Crazy. Flip the Seal sample with the volume 10. Lost My Fucking Mind. Shout out to him. I met him at RhymeFest. And that hip opera album is amazing. But he has like, I lost my fucking mind. And I always wanted to sample that. So Eclipse scratched that with the crazy sample.
Why do things have to change the way I wanted it to be? Seeing it from where I stand. Granted is where I needed my state of mind to find its resting place. The face of the card had made it hard for me to free my hand. Planning only to be lonely in the shoes I walk in. Talking only with those who don't chose the same path. Not even knowing half of the direction. It was a lesson learned a long time ago. Know the flow that carries me the distance. I try hard to stay resistant to the obstacles laying destruction in my primary function. I'ma start punching marks in their mouth that started to spark to form the fire. I'm never flaming or blaming somebody else for my promised evolution. Just doing what I'm doing, living life. This is the second time around. But now I found there's a hunger to the answer to the meaning that's got me stealing, seeing inside my mind. I can't even find the lines that I'll bind to these sheets where the ink meets the surface. It's words without a purpose, knowledge you can't purchase. Value is higher than the lies, inspiring fire that's burning up my people. Shit was supposed to be equal, but the evil got more reason to find the violence squeezing up my mind. I can't even think straight anymore without the door to close the conscious voice, with the power to implode on itself, to manufacture our own wealth, without the help from the ones who want to scratch on my back. Lack of the true interest in the music, somebody come out to abuse it. Bust the ass babies, y'all catching whackness like rabies. Maybe I'll go on the killing spree, feeling free to see how long the ignorance stay strong. Where's the gong in the show? I'm seeing the clear eyes, visualize the rise of the conscious.
We did that song and the Two Reasons.
Why can these chemicals cause unbalanced minimals of your state? A criminal, mischievous, bendable, whatever you call that lyrical skill. And still it's no miracle that the cereal world let you whip them with that milky sandwich. You call it a flow, but fool, you don't even know what it means because it's the understanding of motion. The word flow is best to describe the ocean tides that brought this body of this rapper who suddenly died. And the clown gave me the evil eye for eye. Tonight is recursive. Complimentary verses converse over your turf like Gargamel did some Smurf kids. But I ain't receiving a beating at the end of the show. I grab an MC by his toe to let him know what attack goes correct. Respect is given to true boys.
The song I had more production input on was the Crazy song, and Aesop took that for his Area 51 tape, and I took Two Reasons for Real, which wound up being the better song. I cringe to think what the other song sounds like if you could find it. But yeah, we were creating together, and like we were kind of the outcasts. Like I wasn't getting Grouch and Eli beats. He wasn't really like 40 Deuce was like the Eclipse 427 was like the plug for us. Like he was fucking with us. And then so we performed at Maritime Hall. First time I performed at Maritime Hall, I think was with him, and that's when Saphir came up to us and gave us props. Y'all niggas raw, blood. Like it was, man, it meant so much to me. He was part of that moment. But yeah, so when I went to Rocksteady, I had Two Reasons and maybe that other Aesop song on there. So when I saw LP, I'm like, yo, we're doing a showcase with you at Gavin in a couple weeks. I'm Murs. He's like, yeah, kid, I know, blah, blah. Here, I gave him this tape. He actually listened to it. So the next time I saw him, he was like, yo, you and your mans is dope. When he started Def Jux years later, before Aesop Rock was on Def Jux, he asked Aesop to sign the Def Jux with me and sign us, not as Foundation, but a solo and maybe doing a Foundation record. Kind of like, and I didn't know he was working on Cannibal Ox at the time, but kind of like a West Coast maybe version of that, like a duo. And he was going to produce, Aesop wasn't with it. And for years, he like apologized. He's like, I know you mad at me because I didn't do that. I was like, I'm not mad at you, bro. Like, I'm sad because I had to do it by myself. And I wish I would, like, I'm never somebody that wanted to do it by myself. Contrary to how things panned out or what motherfuckers might say or would believe. Like I said, when I went to New York in 97, when Paul Rosenberg, Eminem's manager, before he was Eminem's manager, or right when he has just started managing, before Eminem had a record deal, asked me for a demo, I didn't give him For Real. I waited until I could put together a compilation of all the Living Legend songs. And when I called 3 weeks later, they're like, "Oh, Paul doesn't work here anymore. He manages Eminem." It was that quick. So I wanted Aesop. It hurt. And I think Aesop knew my heart. He knew, like, he thought I was mad. I wasn't mad, but I wasn't happy to be having all these Brooklyn adventures. And shout out to Keith and Camus, and like, rest in peace, like, other Aesop, Vaz, Vorto, DJ Sip, like, all the people, like, that should have been me and Sop having these adventures together, because that was my dude. And the shit that me, LP, and everybody did, and when we were in New York living out of LP's Brooklyn apartment, was shit Aesop. All we did was fucking play video games, smoke cigarettes, and go out in New York, get drunk, and talk about girls like this, and make music. Like, it's the same shit we were doing in Berkeley and Oakland. I just wish he would have went with me. So yeah, I wasn't mad. It just was like, it was not as good without him. As fate would have it, there was destined to be an Aesop on Def Jam. And I'm so grateful that I got to meet Ian, and that's why I call him Ian, because I call the other Aesop. But yeah, man, I was so grateful for the other Aesop Rock, and and hopefully because of me, that I don't think there's ever any bad intention. I was like, yo, I was very good friends with both of them at one point. Yeah, man, it was there where we split off, and not that we didn't. There was no love lost, but we definitely weren't as close as we once were. So, Living Legends albums, functions. Anytime I was in Fresno, we would hook up. He'd had Aesop's Tables where he was cooking. He said he cooked vegan ramen for me. I did an episode of that.
All right. You are once again here on Aesop's Tables. This is my show where I cook, I talk to friends that I like, and we talk to MCs and people that we think are awesome. On the show today, we got my man, Slug from Atmosphere.
All right.
We were friends for a while until the very end, but we weren't as close as we were. That's where we split. Then when he got more domesticated, he started dating someone who had children, and like, he could relate kind of to what I was going through. We started talking a little more, and it was like there was definitely some healing that had to be done, and some real talks that had to be had, and motherfuckers will tell you, I'm a very blunt and authentic person. And so, yeah, we had some real deep healing that needed to be done, but I was very straight up with him. And when I got very straight up and like very like blunt about certain things, and like, nah, nope, never, and nah. And he's like, damn. It was back to like the first time we met. All right, nigga, you serious? Okay. Fuck it, I love you. I love you too. All right. And then we started talking more. And he had some personal things going on. He lost his father and things like that. And we were both, as corny as this sounds, it's so real. We have both started coming back to Christ, and really, to the point where we were praying on the phone together. One of the last times I talked to him, we prayed. We said, he said, come on, nigga. That's how we talk. Come on, nigga, let's pray real quick. Because he was scared to say it. I don't know if he said it to anyone, but he's like, yo, I've been going to church. Like, nigga, I just joined church. Like, it was like, what? Like, it was like a real authentic, oh shit, we're back aligned. Like, skateboarding, Japanese shit, selling weed, like, we're back, like, but in a real crazy way. Like, talking about Jesus and praying with someone, if someone had told me it was Aesop, I would have never called it. And so we started talking even more. We were even more close now towards the end. Yeah, that's why, like, at the last conversation we had, I was like, yo, like, Demon Slayer, like, is that demon? Like, should my kid even be watching this shit? And, I'm still up in the fence. But he's like, you know what? My pastor this, and my pastor says this. And we went out to dinner, and me and my like, he talks about his pastor the way I talk about my pastor. Like, I love my pastor. He's fucking dope. And, but he talks the way, like, I'll say my pastor's fucking dope. That nigga raw. Like, we talk like that. Like, hey, cuz, let's play real quick. Like, that's what we were on. Like, I don't have many people where I could talk about God with that way. I have some homies that have been in church for a while that talk that way, but like, we're both like newly coming out and with a lot to repent for. And we know each other's dirt. Like, we got a lot of sins between the two of us. So like, it was just like, man, like, your burden, my burden, and your forgiveness, and your like at grace, and like your journey. And a lot of that wasn't said, you know what I mean? But it was understood. So as I've lost many homies, and this wasn't like you've heard me talk about Mikey and different things, the idea, I mean, you know, and some things I still can't talk about. When I got the news, and I have to say this, and sorry if niggas feel a certain way, but like, I was like, oh, cuz in heaven, like, for sure. Like, that's it. Like, I felt that way about my auntie. I feel that way about my grandma. There's certain niggas I don't know about, even ones that go to church. But him, I just felt it like, he good. Like, he wasn't feeling well. He wasn't in the best of spirits. Like, my nigga good. Like that. I've lost a lot of people, and I'm still processing a lot of it. But, you know, and when people say in church, and I've had pastors speak like, oh, okay, well, he's with God now. Like, I'm not sure, my nigga. I don't know. You know, not to say that I don't think so, and I don't hope so, and I don't pray for that soul to be with God. But like I just talked to him, and we were talking about Christ and being forgiven, and you know, so I've never, like, almost said, never been more certain of anything, and not in my mind, but yes, in my mind by the letter of the Bible and all that shit. But in my soul, I felt it. And so I couldn't really, I've cried like a little bit, like listening to music. Cause like, you know, on a legacy, or like, I don't know how to say it, like from an outside perspective, like, oh shit, this is the first member of my crew to go. Like, it had to happen. There's 8 people in a group. Like, you know, we're getting older. Like, okay. But man, so I cried for like, I don't say our leg. Like I cried, like I was thinking about, like, there's a song that oh my God, what is it on Children of the Night? I believe the Mystic Journeyman. I really wish that was streamed. The Mystic Journeyman tape, Children of the Night, the EP. One step beyond, the reaches of man, the legend will stand around the world and make a journey universally. We will be free.
One step reaches a man, we will forward. One step beyond, the reaches of man, we will be free. Faded from the deep blue sea, yo, I swam. Diving through the cleavage of the ocean lies a man who can defeat the demons if they're coming. Running for your ass from the cliff, you will plummet. If you lose the balance with your life, nighttime is always hardest. You be trying to hold together, but reality seems to be the farthest thought. So now you're caught raped by others' fears. Fools is in your ear, assumptions run tears, get injected into you. What if you don't make it? At least I met some people that was cool. Across the world, seen shit I'd have never seen. Live my forbidden dreams, so fuck the green you be fighting for. I seen the death of lords who couldn't pass through beneath the blue, one step beyond. Hey, nah, listen. One step beyond the reaches of man, the legend will stand. Around the world we make our journeys universally. We will be free, bumping this tape over foreign seas.
He is now one step beyond. And that, when I started singing that, and I was like, oh, the tears came. I was on the flight. The tears came. Because I got the news in the morning, and I still had to be in Chicago for work. And I was just, you know, there wasn't any I couldn't stop. And so and my son's traveling with me. So like, they messed up the tickets. Like, there was a lot of drama in the morning, getting a 12-year-old up in the morning for a morning flight. And then our flight got delayed, and oh man, I got a call out of nowhere from a brother. Like it was all God, because I needed that space to just walk around the airport and grieve and like just think. But like the grieving wasn't normal. Like, it wasn't a lot of tears. Like, I cried, I think, once, and I don't know, I'm gonna be overshare, but like, yeah, like when I'm deep grieving, I will cry in my sleep, and I'll wake up and see like tracks of tears on my face. And so I've been doing that most mornings still. But like the actual, like the other, like the dark, like I just know that he, you know, and like motherfuckers can ridicule me, whatever, but I feel like I've never been this in tune with my faith, so maybe that's why I feel it. My auntie passed, like she was Jehovah's Witness, like she's pure as fuck. Like I knew she was there, so I didn't really grieve there, but I didn't get to go to the services, and I didn't know my aunt like I knew Sal. But, you know, like a little shit, like I was like, oh, she's from Columbus, Ohio. She's like, everyone there's most part diehard Ohio State. Ohio State was the AC, the college football playoffs that just started. I was like, oh, I know that my aunt's in heaven, and I know that Ohio State is going to win because she's on the other side. She's going to make it happen. And Ohio State went from the AC to winning the national. I tried to bet money, legitimately. I was like, I'm going to bet this money. I'm going to donate it somewhere. because I'll flip this money and whatever I win, I'm so sure I'm going to put $1,000 on Ohio State because the odds are great. And they won.
It's good. And Ohio State is going to walk out of Atlanta national champions.
So like shit like that, but like this, like I just felt it, silly as it sounds, like I'm so at peace with it. And I when the services happen, we'll see. I might be a wreck, but there's a lot of celebrating that needs to happen. Like rapper is so far down on my list of things he was great at, but he was great at that. He's just a great friend, brother. Like a great brother. Like, man, I can't. Yeah, there was bad things about him. There's bad things about everybody. But it was like nothing ever stopped us from loving him. And we all loved him. It was a loss. Some of us are taking harder than others, but once again, like I'm just grateful that we were in a good place and a great place. Like I don't think we could have been in a better place. Like throughout our whole friendship, to me, we were in a place where I know that he has eternal life. Like that's how I feel. I said corny, whatever, and like 17-year-old me would be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And 17-year-old or 21-year-old him would be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" What? Because we were renegade, like I said, pieces of shit. We were some little rotten motherfuckers, man, making decent music and going on to make great music. I just heard another song by him. I put it as like "Hate to Love You," something like that.
You are the same who I met when we was in preschool. Pigtails, I loved you. We could tell we was nice in the sunlight. We was so polite. Sometimes we would fight. In the end of the day, when we back down, we would say goodnight. Next day, same old rights. We could be the same old peace in the light. We could be alright, okay. No more sad things. We'll go back to the same place. I miss your way. Who you was, who you be. I can't hate you. Things that you say, I'll make you. Find another way, I love you. Any other day, don't change who you are. I can't make you change who you really are. Stay who you were when I met you. Who you were, who you are. Don't change. Stranger things happen when you're pining for love. Some things you never do until you finally give up. What it was, it never is until that violence erupts. Shut you down, now only hate and frowns. You're not the one I love, I'm leaving you now. You got to get out, leaving this town. How did we get here? Fear caused calamity. Your friends, my friends, they not family. You don't love love, you love vanity. You don't love me, that's insanity. Wow. We used to live in the same house. Love and marriage, we were sharing the same doubt. Fuck the hate, damn way, you can spare us now. Clean the slate, eat your plate while you're sitting down. Don't sit and wait for the love you're tearing out. I can see that. You can't hate you. Things that you say, I'll make you. Find another way, I love you. Any other day, don't change who you are. I can't make.
To me, it's like his version of my song, the breakup song. Not that he copied me or anything like that. Just like I said, we're similar. Like I know he feels similarly when it came to relationships. And so it has auto-tune on it. It's fucking amazing, man. I never heard that song. It came out in 2019, I think. But I'm deep in the trenches with children at that point. I got 2 under 2 at that point, plus my, 8-year-old. So I wasn't listening to new music, which I'm trying to do now. Like I got to listen to a new podcast, which led me to call Aesop. As the toddler gets older, I'm getting my life back. That's another reason I don't write and record anymore, so I can just enjoy music again. The reason I started making music is because I love to consume it. And I've done so much output. Someone did a review of the new record, and it was really amazing. And it was very blunt. And, he was trying to be respectful, and I think he was. But, with rappers, you got to walk such a fucking thin line, man. I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit.
Now keep in mind that I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit.
Not me as much. But, yeah, He's saying like, man, Murs is somebody I love 316 and I check in every now and then, but he has just so much shit. It's like basically a full-time job to try and hear everything. And that's why I'm such an E40 fan, because I'm a comic book guy. Shit comes out every month. I can read it and keep up with 8 different stories at once. I need a lot from an artist I love, and E40 gives that to me. Pause. So I want to create in the same vein for people who are like me. But if you think that I put out too much, yes, you're fucking right. And it's not offensive. I do put out a lot of shit. That's another reason when motherfuckers say, you're going to come back. And like, no, because motherfuckers haven't worked like I've worked. Now y'all can go back and sift through it. If you miss me, like there's something you haven't heard. There's very few people who have heard everything. And those who have heard everything, I don't know how long you're going to be able to keep up with me, you know? I don't know how, I can't even keep up with all the E40 stuff, but I like it because I can always go back and listen to new stuff. But he's still releasing stuff. So yeah, I could have kept on like E40, but I got 2 times the kids. And I waited till now to have them. So I'm not, I don't have, I think when you're younger and you have kids and you can have a career because you're younger, you got much, I have a finite amount of energy, bro, in a day. And I want to give the best parts of that to my family. Because I've given the best parts of that to my career and to this community for so long, to the culture. So I got 18 albums, 30-some side projects. I just, right before I announced that I was making my last album, I recorded 9 different 5 to 6 songs EP. So there's 54 more songs outside of the album. So like, plus Varsity Blues 1 and 2, like you guys got enough. For me. And, I'm going to write books. I'm going to do things that I could do in the spare time. But, yeah, the family video is out, directed by my homie Jonathan Yedo, who also made the Tour Story Volume 1. And I did finally make merch because family resonated with so many people. And I got so many great comments that I was like, okay, this is a shirt. And I'll put Murs on it, but I'll put family even bigger and forever, always, motherfucker, I love you. Because it may make someone smile at the grocery store or stop being so frustrated with their partner or their child, or it's just a message that's on a t-shirt that should, I don't say shake up the world, but like, make some impact in a good way. So I felt strongly, I felt like I can make a shirt, and RhymeFest was coming up. So we have some extras from then. If you want to go to johnnyplantain.com, you get the Tour Story book, you can get a family hoodie or a t-shirt. Please go listen to the album again and again. Qbaz, I think, is another website that you can listen to it on. It's a new, like, higher streaming tier. They actually pay 2 cents a stream. So if you want to listen to something that's artist friendly and of higher quality, QBUZ, I think it is. It was a French platform, and then now it's releasing in the US. I'm going to download it and try to listen to more music there to give artists more money, as we all seem to be getting rid of Spotify. But at this point, I feel like I have a message. We're not going to destroy the machine by a boycott just yet, but let's start. But I can't pull. I'm thinking of pulling shit and all this, but it's a conversation I got to dig into because I've been so deep in child rearing and ICE raids and losing friends and, sick elders that I haven't had time to I missed some major music news and I'm catching up. And hopefully y'all have had time to catch up on the podcast. Speaking of which, we're going to end it here. If nobody told you today, I fucking love you. This is the Best Rapper LA podcast. My album is the best rock and rap album out right now. It's called Love and Rock. It's 316, The Emancipation. Go listen to it.
I came in the door, fresh off a tour. Kids jumping on me as my bags hit the floor. I missed the spotlight, but I miss my wife more. And if I don't rock the mic, we might wind up poor. Feeling rich from the smiles that they give me when I get home. But happiness can't keep the lights on. That's why I write songs, that's why I do shows. You know how little humans do it, they need new clothes. And my wife needs dresses from Farm Rio. That's why I need you to stream these songs, people. 500 streams only gives me $1. That's less than minimum wage, less than blue collar. So I gotta hit the road. It's like I don't sell music now, I sell clothes. T-shirts make me more than music, but making mortgage payments ain't the reason that I do it. It ain't the box, it's the people inside, and the life that I promised them all I would provide. A house ain't nothing but a crib, and your home ain't always where you live. You got family, you know what it is. All I need is 4 walls and my wife and my kids. A house ain't nothing but a crib, and your home ain't always where you live. You got family, you know what it is. All I need is 4 walls and my wife and my kids. And my kids. And my kids. You got family, you know what it is. All I need is 4 walls and my wife. A chair's just a chair, even if that chair's a throne. But a heart is not a house, and a house is not a home. Luther Vandross ain't the one who wrote the song, but he sang it. And what he's saying ain't wrong. L-O-V-E makes a H you and me. Find out the hard way, or you can take it from me. If you think money buys you love, then you crazy. Unless you Nick Cannon and you got 11 babies. Then you might need a few bands. Even then, bro, you gotta understand, I'd rather be with my fam on the streets than be in Dubai in a penthouse suite. A recession, really just a blessing in disguise. When all the spinning stops, that's when you start to realize it's not all about the M's. Everything I got, I would give it all for them. It ain't the box, it's the people inside. And the life that I promised them all I would provide. A house ain't nothing but a crib, and your home ain't always where you live. You got family, you know what it is. All I need is 4 walls and my wife and my kids. A house ain't nothing but a crib, and your home ain't always where you live. You got family, you know what it is. All I need is 4 walls and my wife and my kids. And my kids. You got family, you know what it is. All I need is 4 walls and my wife and my kids. You got family, you know what it is. All I need is 4 walls and my wife and my kids.
Alright, so I need y'all to understand me. I'ma give the definition of family. F is for forever. The A is for always. The M is for motherfucker.